And hello to all my Sagittarius friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for August 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you Saggies a storyline spread. Great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net. It's like a bunch of mini readings all in one for my Sagittariuses. So we're going to be talking about 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 or 6 different stories for different Sagittariuses. The whole idea there is to find the story that is right for you. There may be multiple stories that do resonate with you, and that's okay if they do, but at the end of the day, it's all about finding that one. So if the first couple don't make sense, stick with it. We're going to hit your story here. Also, they've asked that I conclude your reading with an angel protection card, actually 2 cards. That's going to give us a little extra oomph, a little push in a certain direction, probably about 1 or 2 of these stories specifically. Also going to conclude your reading with a rune stone. That's going to cap us off. Also need to tell you about this wonderful display that's right in front of me here. So we've got a lot to talk about, Sagittarius. Let's get to work, shall we? I'm going to bring you in right now so you can watch. The cards are already shuffled. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great August. And we are on and recording. I like to do this live and on camera every single month, guys. These are my ritual cuts. Basically, we cut the decks into 3 different pieces and we put them back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Same procedure for personal private readings. It's just like you're here with me now, guys. So here we go. We're about to get started. The storyline spread starts with 5 cards, and I expand it out from there where I need to go. So let's get our first 5. This is the most important that I want you to see. Going to keep going from there. Still going. Sometimes these can get a little long, and that seems to be what you guys are doing to me this month. Been very long readings this month, I must say. So this is really no surprise. Okay, there we go. There's going to be the end. I think you can see all the core cards there. We do have a couple blocked. That's no big deal. The distribution's pretty good. I'm going to get my pairings now. This is going to be one story. Okay, so we're looking at 3 stories. It's just that one of them's got a lot of moving parts to it. Very, very talkative group here. So I'm going to actually save that one for last. I'm going to put it here. Tack on some more cards to get to some descriptions. Like for this one, it's not a person. Here we got 2 cards going on the Emperor. Okay, I can see that pretty clear. Over here, I'm just going to tack on 1 card. They're both pips. I will move the camera around to make sure you guys can see this clearly too. Checking on the king, that is a person. We have double kings. And then over here, we need 2 cards for the hermit. Now I need to check my blockages one more time. That's good distribution up here. This is 2/3 blocked, kind of on that cusp. I'm going to wait till the angel card comes. If that comes inverted, we will do a discard. Otherwise, we won't. And then this one, good distribution, good to go. So angel card here. Angel card here. Now that one did come up upright. I'm not sure if you see that or not. You will in a moment. So we are not going to discard that. Everything is good to go as it is. And then angel card here. And we're ready, Sagittarius. We are ready to go. Just a matter of letting you see it all now. I kind of angled the stories in ways so you can really kind of tell what story is what. So let's start at the very bottom. That's what I'm going to read first. To the left of gentleness, going this way. This is all one story. Right above it, we have a smaller story. I'm going to angle the camera a little bit like that so you can see right above my hand is going to be story 2. And then story 3 will be kind of the large one. I'm going to pan the camera over here a little bit. Get the creative writing at the top. 4 pentacles at the bottom. Okay, I think you can see it all, so we're ready to go, guys. Let's get to work. If the camera would like to turn off. Maybe. There we go. Okay, Saggy, let's get to work. Story number 1. Story number 1, we're talking about a person. This is usually a male. It could be a very strong female, but it is usually a biological male that they're referring to. Very masculine force, okay? Now, that is the trigger as far as attaching to it. So that's who they're going to be talking to or about. Let me give you some more information. This person is spending some time alone, kind of being kind of hermit mode, kind of off to himself. Okay, So, if this is you, if you are a male Sagittarius tuning in, this could be that you, as a male, are kind of inverted, upside down, maybe not feeling it in August, kind of having a weird time, going through some issues and spending some time alone. That's what comes up first. If not, they're talking about, if this could still be you, if you're a Sagittarius female, they could just be talking about another man here who is upside down, not feeling something, being weird, whatever. So this is spending time alone. Let me get it more into the description. Spending time alone, really doesn't want to leave something behind though. So is really kind of dug in it to win it. Doesn't want to let something go here. So this makes me feel like an ex, like somebody from your past. They did not come out and say that, so I don't want to tie down too tight. But this is definitely about something, even if it's an emotional pull, even if it has nothing to do with a person. This could be like not wanting to leave a job. You have an emotional attachment to it. It's like, I kind of hate this place, but at the same time, like, I don't want to leave it because there's question marks about, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to make the same amount of money? So it can be about anything, guys. I'm just trying to give you some speculation here on the context so you can apply it as you need to do that. Now, they do also show the Two of Swords, so that's letting me know a lot of you are between a decision here. You're actually handling it pretty good. That's what they do say, is that you're not stressing about it, you're not worrying about it, but at the same time, you're not making changes happen here either. You're being very alone. So even if this is going back to like love corner stuff, if this is something about like, finding a partner, getting in a loving relationship, stuff like that, you're kind of not really doing much about it. You're gonna kind of staying where you're at, right? And that may be what you want. That may be a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily. So this decision between two things is what you're weighing. They do show you driving a little blind here, so you're not really sure what you're going to do about it, if you're going to do anything about it at all. And like I said, you handle it pretty good. Otherwise, they'd be showing that card inverted. It would be saying that you're stressed out about this and you're really, full of anxiety. They did not show that, so that's very good. So that's where we are there. And then gentleness comes in with the Oracle card. That's just basically saying, to be a little soft with yourself at the time. And, I feel like that one is more of a message for my females, that they're talking about the man here that they're involved with is, be gentle to yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. So that lets me know that you're a little bit vulnerable here. Not to say that that could not also be a Sagittarius man, because, vulnerability hits all the genders. It doesn't discriminate, but that's what they're talking about. So surround yourself with good people. Let me change the word gentle to good. So, surround yourself with good people and good environments. Basically, no toxicity here is what they're showing. And, there's really not a whole lot of advice besides that. So I'm glad they kind of came in with that Oracle card to kind of tell us, it's really important to your surroundings are important. Even if it's at the workplace, we talked about work a little bit there. If it's a work surrounding thing, that is also important, that you surround yourself with good people. Let's say you work with toxic people. That could be part of why you need to, get out of here. You need to get moving, okay? So there's story one. Very interesting one. Story two, we'll hit the shorter one. This is saying that there is an event that's blocked. So there is something that is on like a delay, either not here yet, but you know about it now. So it's not actually happening in August, but maybe soon. Maybe it's an event. So a lot of times this comes up for like weddings, parties, gatherings, proposals, you name it. Branch it off from there, all kinds of stuff. It's coming in blocked, so it's probably saying that you're going to become aware of this here in the month of August, but it doesn't happen in August. So it's like you get the invitation in August and like the weddings in September, October, something like that. So that's what comes up first. So some of you may or may not attach to that right away. I mean, good time to remind you guys too that this reading is for the entire month of August. This is not just for the beginning of the month when people usually view my videos. This is for the whole month. So, keep in mind, if something like this occurs to you, come back and watch story 2 again here. Very much about you. They do show that there is a love message coming in late in the month here. So this is later. This is a direct of a time frame as well. Let me just do one more discard on that. Okay, wanted to make sure that's not a person. It's not. So it is late end of the month. This is kind of new. It's all actually. There's a couple things in here. A lot of moving parts. It is a small story, but it's profound. It's very heavy energy. So there's a lot of different ways that this can go. I also feel like there's a love message directory here included in this message somehow. So at the end of the month, I believe that my single Saggies who are trying to change that. I know we kind of discussed that a little bit in story 1, but there are some love opportunities that come in late in August. That's going to line up to the moon cycles, okay? They're giving me the Page of Cups here inverted. That's basically saying love message late. And my broad window of, what late is, we're reading for August, so it means late August. They talk about, because they show a couple card next, which is my Two of Cups. So it's two people kind of intertwined, and it's a very love relationship vibe. And even if you are in a relationship, this can still be about you. You could still be going through some event in the same timeline that I discussed. Love message coming later in the month, all that kind of stuff. And it's about a wedding or two people getting together. Or maybe you're finding out about two people getting together. They do show remember who you are. I'm just giving you a bunch of context so you guys can figure this stuff out. Remember who you are. It's Archangel Michael coming in here, so it's the big one. He's basically saying you're powerful, loving, creative child of God. You are very loved. But, I focus more on the name of the card. Remember who you are. So that implies kind of indirectly, well, I guess more directly, that there are people here that are trying to get you to deviate from who you are, your characters, your morals, okay? So make sure that you stand that moral high ground and be yourself. Don't be tempted by, the devil on the shoulder and the temptation. Things look sweet, but the grass is not always greener. Not all that glitters is gold. So important there for story 2 to remember who you are. Don't let people change that. Okay, before we get into story 3, I do want to go over the moon cycles with you. We teased that there in story 2. It's going to line up directly to it. Here they are. The first one is the full moon. That is not what that is about, but it's what hits first, so I want to go over it first with you guys. Full moon hits August 11th. That is the best time to get anything out of your life that doesn't fit anymore. I'm looking ahead. I don't really have much of that here. Unless in story 1, there's something that they say about in it to win it. If there is something there that needs to be purged, and you really do need to leave it behind in story 1, you can leave it behind under the full moon. It'll make it stick much easier, especially if this is hard for you to do, which is what they show. You're having a hard time leaving something here in story 1. You can leave things with that purging energy much easier right around August 11th. Doesn't have to be on the 11th. Anytime toward the kind of early to mid-month is ideal for bringing anything that is that you're trying to get out of your life out. This could be getting rid of habits. This could be getting rid of emotional baggage. Some of you need to get rid of people. Some of you got to clean out a closet, a garage, finish up an old project. These are all full moon type of energies. Get it out early to mid-month of August. Adversely, we talk about the new moon, which is what came up in story 2. This hits on August 27th. So there's our timeline for the end of August. A little bit of synchronicity here for my Saggies, guys. This is a good time to bring anything new into your life. And it does not matter what it is. If it's something new financial, we haven't really talked much about work. If something new with work, I guess we have talked about work. Something new with health, that's what we haven't talked about. Something new with health or diet. Doesn't matter what it is if it's brand new. It fits much better. End of August, guys, that is the time. And they kind of told you that here in story 2. So if you're, let me give you an example. If you're single and you want to change that, let's say, you decided you're going to try online dating. The end of August is when I would pull the trigger with that. That's the best time. It's when you can attract something new, okay? Under the new moon. If any of this confuses you guys, I put together a little graphic aid, a little moon cycle cheat sheet. It is on my website and it is free. It is posted on my videos page at the very bottom of the videos tab. Go to the bottom there. It's just where it's parked. I didn't know where else to put it at the moment. So you can check that out. It gives you a little aid and shows you how these energies move in and out and how you can align things to your life to them to make things flow much easier to walk downhill than it is to walk uphill, much easier to swim with the current than against it. And that's what the moon cycles are all about. While you're at the website, guys, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. I give my newsletter folks a couple free readings every single year just for being signed up. I take really great care of my newsletter people. I only send one newsletter email every single month that is just for updates and promo codes. Save you guys money on readings. You get to beta test sometimes my new products, all kinds of exciting things there. So make sure you're signed up for that. That's at the bottom of my website on every single page, kind of in the footer section. Also, follow the Facebook page if you have not. I do special giveaways just for my Facebook people. We're always doing fun and interesting and new things. And speaking of new things, let me tell you about this wonderful display right here. Okay, guys, it's time to talk about this wonderful display here. You can probably guess, but this is Scott Sagent Sage Soap. This is the very first product in my merchandise line, my first physical product, that is. Now, it's 1A here in spirituality. So it's fitting that this is the very first product I'm releasing because I believe in it. Let me tell you about it because, like I said, it's 1A in spirituality. The first thing that you need to do before you divine at all is be clean. Wash your hands. I wash my hands with sage soap every time before I even touch a single tarot card. So sage has spiritual benefits, which most people are very familiar with, which is like clearing and cleansing of energies. You know, you're around a lot of people, a lot of energies all day. Your aura bumps into theirs, and there are, you know, energy vampires out there, and all this stuff attaches to you. So sage helps clear that, just like smudging sage does in the air and in your house and so forth. So this does the same thing, getting that attachment off of you here, at least in your hands. You can use this at any part of your body, really. There are a lot of physical benefits to sage that people aren't necessarily aware of. One of them is that it's really regenerative for your skin cells. Your skin cells actually can regenerate, become healthier, which basically makes you look younger. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So there's also emotional benefits. It's known to be very emotionally calming, very soothing, and it kind of just helps with the balancing of the emotional stressors of life. I have commissioned 2 different sage soap products here for my wonderful people. The first one here, this bottom one, is Sanctuary Sage. It actually looks very much the same color as your smudging sage. If you look at that, very similar. Now this Sanctuary Sage soap is a little more herbal. It is a more powerful blend than the other one that I'll discuss in a minute. This one is very strong, very potent aroma. You cannot miss it. Some people like that. Other people like more milder versions of that. And that's what this other one comes in here. This is my Cactus Sage. And this is kind of more of an aloe blend. That's why we go with the cactus with that. So it's smoother, it's more mild, it's not as potent. What I love the most about this soap is that, first of all, it's very lathery. I've had a lot of soaps that I've used that just barely get on your hands. It's just like, you know, it's what's it even doing, right? Well, this makes a nice little lather so you know you're getting clean. And then when you go to rinse it off, it gets off. You know, I've also used soap that is just so oily that you're just rubbing forever underwater. Like, will this ever come off me? What is this? What's going on here? Get off, you know? Well, this doesn't do that at all. It gets right off. So it's nice, soapy, lathery, gets you clean, and then gets out of the way. And it leaves your skin feeling a little tacky. It's perfect for me because when I grab tarot cards, I don't want to be slipping around trying to, you know, grab different cards, and I want to be able to grab what I touch. So it kind of like, I don't know if the word exfoliates is the right word, but it really does something to the pads of your fingers, and you can really grip very well. It kind of accentuates that. Let's talk about what comes with it. First of all, you get what I do not have pictured here, I don't have it laying around, is the pad that it sits on. It's kind of like similar to Brillo pad material. It's just a simple little base for it to sit on, so you don't have to leave it on your counter, get it stuck to the bathroom ledge or anything like that. It just creates a little medium, a little buffer between where you have it sit, so it can also dry out, and that you can grab it without it sticking to your counter. Always annoying to have that kind of an issue. So it's going to come with that. It's also coming in this wonderful package with the merchandising. You got the Scott Sagent logo on there as well, and this is made out of 100% recyclable paper products, so it's good for the environment. This is going to ship to you for free in the month of August. I can't promise that always, but I can promise it this month at this introductory offer. So it will ship free to you. Also makes a wonderful gift. So sage soap, 2 different kinds. We have the cactus, we have the sanctuary. You know, you're going to enjoy either one. There is no wrong choice. So check that out on the website today. Okay, so let's get into story 3, guys. Story 3, the big kind of lots of moving parts here. Let's see what's going on, Saggy. Okay, we start with little stick fights. So it starts a little rough, okay? And this is Spirit basically saying it's not bad. Spirit saying it's not bad, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't feel bad to you, Sagittarius, in this beginning, maybe early part of the month where they're attaching to. If you're going through some little issues or, you know, some stick, they display it as stick fights. I have, you know, a bunch of people fighting with sticks in this card. You know, it's basically saying that this is like mundane little stuff. Of course, like I said, it may not feel that way to you, but Spirit's saying, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. So as we move on, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that card. As we move on to the Queen of Wands, that is basically here. I asked if we're talking about a woman. They said no. we're talking about the energy. So this is nurturing your work corner. So now this is very much work related, work message. They bring in new love too. So some of you here in story 3 are actually have love potential at your workplace. Okay, so that may make sense and resonate to some of you directly in this. If that's something that makes sense to you, I would say go for it. I have both of these coming in clear and unblocked, so that looks very good. New love. And now some of you, the definition of that's going to shift a little bit too, because some of you may be finding something that you love about work, or that's what you really need to start thinking about here is, doing something that you love, making work feel like something you enjoy instead of a chore. Okay, so there's that love aspect going on there as well. And I really want you to put a lot of effort and energy into your work corner in the month of August. I have the Emperor card next. So that is the God card in tarot. That is the divine authority of you taking full control here. You being the boss. For some of you, it actually is literal, like you need to be the boss of what you do. Like maybe you're trying to start a company or something like that. Maybe you need to be in a higher position. You're too low, you need more authority, stuff like that. So it's taking charge of what is going on in your work corner. Work corner is a big place: work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, hobbies, interests, learning anything new. A lot of, big corner there, like I said. So whatever that is that you got going on there, that's what they want you to take authority of in the month of August. Good time to do it because we have the Magician. So we have the manifester of the universe. Great time to manifest. That is also new moon energy. So my Saggies are going to be so clicking so extremely high. The end of August, guys, it doesn't mean that your beginning of August is going to suck. Of course, it does not mean that. But the end is powerful. I mean, it is strong, guys. They've a couple stories here that they've highlighted the new moon for the moon cycles. So Magician, a good time to think positive things, meditate, and bring these good things into your life. Literally, you can manifest whatever it is you're trying to do with work here. You can make it happen. It doesn't mean it's going to arrive tomorrow, but sometimes the good things take time, and the earlier you start, the better off you are, long story short. They do bring in my hoarder card here. So holding on to something for too long that does need to be let go. Sounds a little bit like story 1 if story 1 is about work. So you can see some kind of congruence of how these stories kind of meld into each other a little bit. Spirit does a good job of breaking it apart for specific people, but at the same time, this is what allows general readings to occur and to be accurate. So there is a lot of congruency here with needing to purge something out. Now this is letting something go. So you actually have the dichotomy here in story 3. You have new moon and full moon, and it's powerful going both ways. So I retract what I said about you guys just being powerful at the end of the month. This is going to be a strong month altogether if you use it the right way, and that's why I'm pushing the moon cycle so hard for you guys. If you've watched my readings before, I always talk about the moon cycles, but I usually don't push it hard, and they're just setting it up in such a way that it's relevant. It's so important for Saggies to follow these for timing purposes in the month of August. They bring in creative writing. So for some of you, they want you to do some writing or journaling or do some kind of maybe even typing, blogging, all that kind of stuff. So that is either an outlet or it could be a revenue stream. They want you to consider both of those ideas here. I don't see that creative writing card come up very much. So again, very relevant for my Saggies. They also bring in good money, good credit. So that makes me feel like even more like a revenue stream, that there are opportunities here for you guys to improve your life, make more money, get things going. All you got to do is take authority with my Emperor card and get things moving in the direction here. Manifest what you're trying to do. Like actually put it into play. Like if you're trying to get a new job, the likelihood is it's not going to knock on your door and some boss is going to say, hey, you want to come work for me for $10 more an hour than you're already making? Usually not. You have to go for it. You have to, get your resume together, get it nice and pretty. Go apply for these jobs, do very well at the interview. You have to do your part, but line it up. The universe will do the rest for you. You put in the work, the universe will counter and match your efforts. That's kind of like what the secret is about too. And just a powerful corner here altogether for story 3. I like the way it looks. Let's get into your runestone, guys. Actually, before the runestone, I'm going to do your angels. So I told you 2, so let's do 2 and see where they fit. First one is clear your space. Getting rid of old stuff, cleaning the energy around you. They talk about feng shui in the card too, so that could be, even just on a small level. That's a small frequency thing, like moving your furniture around, redecorating, redoing things a little bit different in your home space, make it more interesting, clearing the space too. We're gonna, the Sage soap is part of that too. That's very clearing, cleansing energy. So make sure you check that out on the site. So clear your space here, getting rid of clutter. clearing the energy around you. This clutter may not be stuff. This may be energetic, spiritual clutter too. So keep that in mind for, the people that got to go, the stuff you got to get out of your life. They talked in 2 different stories here, 1 and 3, about purging something. You've been hanging on to something for too long. Time to let it go, perhaps. Okay, so clearing your space hits different stories. They also bring in chakra clearing here. So that's Archangel Metatron, another one of the big ones coming in, saying, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using geometric shapes. I don't focus so much on the geometric shapes in that part. Now, some of you have certain geometric shapes that mean something to you, and that's great. They would just say to lean on those things in this month. But for most of my audience, I'm going with the chakra clearing definition, which is more of like, your spiritual health could use some attention right now. Be a little spiritual, maybe more than usual in the month of August. Do extra meditation. Maybe go take some yoga classes. You can even find some yoga stuff online that you can do in your living room, watching YouTube on the computer. So there's all kinds of ways that you guys can expand kind of your spiritual prowess here, improve your chakra clearing. I do have a guided meditation on the throat chakra. Eventually, I'm going to have a guided meditation on all 7 of them, but right now I have the throat chakra. That's on the website and on YouTube, linked to that. I think it's also linked in the description here, and I'll make sure that it is in case it's not. So that is pretty much all that. Let's get into your runestone, guys. It's been a long reading. Long readings for all of the signs this month, except for my Geminis. For whatever reason, Gemini had it easy. All right, guys, these are already mixed up. I'm just doing a little extra, being thorough. All right, so runestone for the month of August for my Sagittariuses are, you guys want 2, but you're only going to get 1. Sorry, you got to go. There we go. Let me show you this guy right here. This is the runestone for breakthrough. 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 I think you guys can see those. We got a few breakthroughs there. So breakthrough, guys. This is about getting through that last little bit. You're close to that finish line. You're about to make major progress. You just got to push yourself the rest of the way. That little bit that's left, you got to make yourself do it. You got to will yourself to do it. That's a willpower thing too. That's yellow chakra. That is something they brought up here for chakra clearing. You might want to look into your yellow chakra, about guided meditations on that perhaps. But breakthrough, guys, you guys are close. You just got to push yourself this rest of this way, this little distance. We talked about purging energies on a couple different stories here. You guys are about to make some major changes. I don't know, exactly if that's going to hit in August, but it's coming soon, guys. It's very evident and clear to me that this breakthrough is close. So it seems like a little bit of preparation here is what they're trying to do. They're trying to prime you up a little bit here so that you guys can probably hit the ground running in, September, October, depending on kind of where you're at in the spectrum of Saggies. So that is the entire reading, guys. I know we've been through a lot. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to go to the website, check out that wonderful soap. Also, like and subscribe so you see the future videos, and have a great August.